So here we are, the third installment in the Suited Shootist video series, and this one I'm going to try and keep a little bit more brief. But at the same time, I think that this is a piece of information that a lot of folks can benefit from, because one of the biggest kind of complaints that I get whenever I'm talking to people about improving their wardrobe and improving their presence is that they don't want to spend a bunch of time, and they definitely don't want to spend a bunch of money. And I get that. It's not something, especially if it's not recreational to you, if you don't find the topic particularly stimulating, you're not going to want to dedicate a whole lot of resource to it. So if there was a way that you could spend the same or less money than you currently are on your clothing, but being able to up your game, is that anything that would be of any interest to folks? I think it would. And the key kind of lies within a little inside secret that most dudes don't really take advantage of. Um, and that is this website and app that my wife introduced me to called Poshmark. Effectively, it is an online kind of consignment shop. You've got both businesses and private sellers that are selling secondhand clothing of a wide range of brands, a wide range of price points, wide range of wear, from almost brand new with the tags to beat to shit. Here's where it gets interesting, is it takes a little bit of homework and a little bit of effort, but if you know what you're doing and you play your cards right, there are some real gems out there to be had. And before anybody goes saying that they don't have the time or they don't have the bandwidth to memorize all their details, I'm calling bullshit. Because if you know the twist weight of your rifle, if you know how wide your front sight blade is, or if you know what MOA dot you've got, that's really about the extent of knowledge that you need of your own personal dimensions in order for this to be effective. All you need is either go to a local tailor or grab yourself a tape at the supermarket. Basic dimensions: how wide your chest is, how big around your neck is, your sleeve length, your waist, true waist, not your hip bones, right actually at the navel, and your inseam. If you know that information, then this is something that you can take advantage of. Now, if you really want to delve into it, then you're going to have to do some research. But something as simple as, or let's take a relatively well-known brand like Brooks Brothers. I was able to pick up some Brooks Brothers suits, literally $25 a piece. Not 25 for the jacket, 25 for the pants. I'm talking $25 per suit. I got like 3 of them at that price. Did they fit perfectly? No. I had to go take them to my tailor, but it was the same alterations that generally had to be made for an off-the-rack item anyways. And you can go to Instagram right now and scan through the shittiest Chinese suit that you can find for sale on Instagram is still $50 to $70. And it's probably going to fall apart on you within a year. Whereas now I've got some relatively nice, not top level, but some nice Brooks Brothers suits that I'm into for less than $60 a piece. If you know what you're looking for and you go for some of the well-made but lesser-known designer brands, you can save yourself a ton of money as well. You got to be careful because there's counterfeiting and stuff out there. But knowing what I do about my target audience, that's probably not what you're interested in. It's, look, I need a suit, or I want to just start dressing a little bit better. You're not necessarily looking at Canali and Yves Saint Laurent and stuff like that yet. I might touch on that later on down the line. But even if you were to go to Joseph A. Bank, which I'm not a huge fan of, I think that for what you pay, even at their discounts, the quality is mediocre at best. But if you want to stick with a brand that you know, like Joseph A. Bank, buy it on Poshmark as opposed to from them, because you'll pay 30 to 50 bucks a suit instead of 100, 150. Even with alterations, you're still ahead of the game. And for the folks that simply recoil and their lip curls up at the mere mention of a suit and tie, it's not just dress clothes either. You can go on there, and I saw at least a few pair of Wolverine 1,000 mile boots in my size for under $200. Carhartt pants for 25, 30 bucks a pair. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to up your style to look like a Wall Street banker, or if you're just looking to get another couple sets of workwear, something like a chambray work shirt, which is a great kind of very universal casual item. Poshmark is a great option. And so, like I said, it requires a little bit of homework, but doesn't require a huge investment in time, definitely doesn't require a huge investment in money. And it's one of those little secrets that most guys just aren't aware is a resource at their disposal. So I would very strongly recommend looking into it. This is definitely not a paid promotion. They have no idea who I am. I've gotten some use out of it for sure. And whether it is workwear, whether it's for a wedding, whether it's anything in between, number one, you're going to pay pennies on the dollar. And number two, you still have the benefit of basically shopping online instead of having to go through the kind of insufferable brick and mortar experience that is the reason that most people shop online, anyways. So, again, all you need is a little bit of information on your measurements. And if you know any minor technical details about, if you know the grain weight of your carry ammunition right now, then you can't say, oh, it's too much for me to learn what my measurements are. So that argument doesn't hold a lot of water. Spend 15 minutes, spec it out, and it's a great place to start. I think it's worth looking at. So check it out. Hopefully you find it useful. And the other nice thing is that because it's relatively inexpensive, there's a lot less risk. You know, you're not worried that you're going to waste a couple $100 on a suit that you don't like, or some whatever piece of clothing it might be. So check it out. If you like it, cool. Hopefully you found this useful. It's a good jumping off point, especially if you're in those early stages of trying to just improve the quality of what it is that you're wearing. So stay safe. Hope you have a great week, and I'll catch you next time around.